I am here with another video. I'll wait for everybody to start popping by, and then we will get started. Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy holidays to everybody also. And hope you guys had a great holiday and Christmas and all that fun stuff. And yeah, had a pretty nice day myself. My wonderful girlfriend just made me chicken paprikash, which is one of my favorite things to eat. Oh my god, it's so good. Absolutely fantastic dish. If you don't know what chicken paprikash is, just Google it. I'm sure you guys can figure it out. But like I said, I'm going to wait for a couple more people to pop in, and then we'll get going. I don't know. I'm still mulling it over in my head. Pardon me. Excuse me. I'm not really usually good with spicy food, so I had a Hungarian wax pepper in the chicken paprikash, and I don't deal well with that. So if I sound runny nosed or stuffy, it's probably because of that. I don't deal well with spicy food. Any type of spice, it's really bad. Jimmy Lewis, what's going on? Zorpox, how you doing, buddy? Merry Christmas to you as well. Merry Christmas to you all. You really want the wasp looking dude? Yeah. It's pretty awesome. He's pretty awesome. I only purchased the one from Dorkside. Dorkside is completely. I think they're officially completely sold out at this point. So I have another order. I didn't cancel my Big Bad Toy Store order. I do have another order with more stuff because as you can see, I did start Kitbashing 2 characters over here, and I want to go more in depth with that. I just kind of threw some parts together, and that's actually where I got this huge blister from, by the way. You can see that. There it is. And that was while all the joints were heated up. They are a little bit tough to remove as far as the boots themselves. I was swapping boots and ended up getting this blister because of it, which is not fun. But let me get this out of the shot too. Batman fell over here. Sorry, Batman. Didn't mean to be rude there. But yeah, we do have a couple kit bashes here. I kind of swap parts with some of the army builders, which are right here, here, and here. Kind of a little bit version of both. I actually just made a purchase and order through what we call it, Gridiron Studios. I'm trying to get this to focus properly. This is where I'm kind of mulling over, is maybe just doing a quick overview of the figures, showcasing them really quick, and then doing a recorded review, because for the most part, usually when I do a live review, the quality drops. And I don't like that. I want all my stuff to look at least 1080 HD, not fuzzy and trying to overly focus. This camera just doesn't do well. And this is the brand new iPhone that just came out, the 13 or Pro, whatever hell thing it is. But for some reason, when I'm shooting this stuff live, it just doesn't like to focus the way I want it to. Yeah. I don't know. Some stuff comes out really fuzzy. But I kind of have to do that, as you can see. So it gets kind of annoying. So I might just do a quick, like, Merry Christmas, everybody overview, kind of discuss each one. Then I'll go into full in-depth detail in a edited review. Because on top of that, if I do break down each figure, it's just going to take me like 2 hours to do. And I don't want a 2-hour review, when I could break it down to maybe, edited down to about a 45-minute to an hour review for the whole wave, So And there's a lot to talk about. There is absolutely a lot to talk about here. There's a lot going on with these figures. There's things I do like, there's things I love, and there's definitely things I don't like about the figures. Overall, I think these are really good figures, especially from a being made from a very small company. Um, but that's just what I think off the bat. And I think it also is really cool that you can actually put stuff inside these backpacks. If you just pop this off, pop the peg off, and you can actually open it up and put stuff in. You can store stuff inside the backpack, which is pretty awesome. I like that. So I actually put the extra hands in the backpack. So my guy's always got his extra hands with him, which is cool. So like I said, I did purchase, made a purchase from Gridiron Studios. I already have a file card set up for my custom character, which is the early version of Checkmate, and I'm going to make one of Boomstick too. But that I'm going to need a lot of custom parts because Boomstick he's a part of Fenris Company, and he's very unique as far as his look does go. So there's that. So I do want to make 6-inch versions, just like I made my 3 3/4 inch versions of both characters, Checkmate and Boomstick. So that will happen. This is just kind of me playing around. This isn't really this is kind of the beginning stage, the nucleus stage of Checkmate right here. This isn't even the sniper rifle I want to give him. I just kind of gave him this sniper rifle because it's the closest thing that we have to one thus far. Well, oh, he's knocking people over. Sorry, Sarge. He knocked your sunglasses off over there. Which I'll get to the sunglasses too about Sarge. I did point that out in the review. Everything you see here is a part of the Valaverse toy line, except for this rifle that I gave to Condor right here. And I'm sure you've seen that with Duke in the past in my previous reviews. This is from Gridiron Studios. It came with the Roadblock Retro set. So if you pick that up, you'll get this too. But that's where that came from, in case you were curious about picking it up or something. Some of this stuff I kind of have already gone and mixed and matched certain things from even other characters that I wanted to use. So I'll save the kit bashing stuff for another day, and I'll get those guys out of here. Right? And I'm going to have to kind of move some people with a shot just so I can get... Oh, and I'm knocking shit over already. Just so I can get some good focusing here, because it's trying to focus on everything behind him right now. The army builders, so come in black. They come in kind of like a, I don't know, like a blue, navy blue-ish color. And they also come in kind of the, I call it the Firefly body, which is the Urban Ops body. They're all based on the same body. These figures run around $21.99 per body. They come with a bunch of hands and a display stand. No other accessories other than those. So there's that to point out. I don't think they really need to come with anything else, to be honest with you. It is just a figure. Maybe it would have been nice to have like one rifle with them, or maybe even just a tactical vest. But I get it. They're trying to cut costs, and I get, smaller companies, it costs a lot of money to make figures. So there's that to point out. I like the sculpt of the body. A lot of these bodies are the same bodies that you're going to see throughout the rest of the wave, except for the torso of Sergeant Slaughter and Carrack over there. A lot of these torsos are going to be used the same, and even the legs are going to be used as the same with different paint decos going throughout. So a lot of this wave is using remolds, except for the Wasp Trooper, okay? So the Wasp Trooper is or Swarm Trooper, excuse me. I don't know what I'm calling it, Wasp Trooper. The Swarm Trooper is a totally different sculpt entirely. That's kind of what makes him look very special. So there's that to point out. I did get the deluxe kit with it. I pretty much got one of everything, except for the Steel Brigade, which I picked up 2 from Dorkside. And then the Sarge I got directly from Valaverse's Kickstarter. So I wasn't able to get one of the commander heads, and I kind of pointed this out on the Legions of Valaverse page. And some people got bent out of shape about it, and I just kind of want to point this out that, you know, I put on there that, hey, it would have been nice if we could have got like an option, just so you can, you know, have a commander in your squad. And some people got bent out of shape and were like, oh, just paint it. Oh, and it's supposed to be an exclusive, and blah, 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 this whole elitist point of view. And I'm like, yeah, no, that doesn't really hold water. Sorry. But thanks for coming. Go sit down, go have a Coke and a smile somewhere. And I'd rather talk to people that can actually talk to me like an adult. All I was trying to do was point out that it would have been nice to have that option, and instead of, you know, because some people got the commander head, which is gold, and other people did not get the commander head. I don't know. Maybe there's information that got crossed, because I did ask Bobby Vela at Joe Fest directly. I was like, hey, you know, does everybody get the Steel Brigade heads? And from what I understand, I thought everyone got a Steel Brigade head if they ordered the Steel Brigade or backed the Kickstarter, which I did back the Kickstarter with Sarge. I got 2 Sergeant Slaughters. But I didn't get the commander head, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm not sure if it's maybe more picky choosy. I don't know. Maybe someone else that knows more information than I do can let me know in the comments. But the trooper body, for the most part, looks pretty good. Very simple design right here. Yeah, not really too much to talk about as far as that's concerned. It does come with alternate heads as well, so it comes with 2 heads and a bunch of hands. I think 8 hands. Don't, I better not say that, because that's going to be misinformation, and someone's going to be like, you said it came with 8 hands, and mine only came with 6. So 2, 4, 6, and then 8. So 8 total. So that's what he comes with, essentially. He comes with a Caucasian and a white and a black character head. I don't know what you want me to call it. They don't come with any of the accessories like the helmets or anything like that. You have to also put these helmets together when you get them. They are modular. So if you want to make some sort of like spec ops, you know, stealth suit kind of guy, you could go with this body, which I might do for him. I was actually thinking of maybe possibly making, well, I won't give it away. Maybe I'll save that for a future video. But I think it looks pretty good. It's pretty much just a balaclava head, and that's, you know, your typical trooper. The other trooper head, really quick, this is what it looks like with different paint apps. And then we also have the other trooper head, which is right here. There we go. Oh, there we go with that. With the, who should I get to next? You know what, we'll talk about we already talked about Sarge, so let's get him out of the shot. We've already done the review on Sarge. Okay, we'll get him out of there. Go take a siesta, Sarge, please. Take 5. All right, so moving on to, let me just get this out of here. I have like no room to work with right now. Everything is, there's 10 billion figures all over the place. I'm trying to get everything out of the way. And nothing is working with me. All right, so the Swarm Trooper is what I'll get to first, as far as just a quick overview of the figure. I really like the figure. He does come with like a handle on the shield, so you just kind of have to grip it like that. I like the accessories he does come with. This is, like I said, the deluxe pack. So it actually came with, where'd you go? Where did you go? Where did you go? Oh boy, this is what I get. Here we go. So it also, the deluxe kit for the Swarm Trooper. I promise I'll be much more organized in the actual full review. It comes with a grenade launcher and what looks to be like an MP5 submachine gun. He also comes with the shield, and the wings, which are pretty cool. The wings are articulated. They are on hinge joints, and I definitely would heat these up. Heat everything up before you touch or move anything on these. The plastics on Valaverse figures are a little bit harder, and you're gonna have to heat them up. It's not like Hasbro plastics, excuse me. So the figure that you get in package, it comes with this Chris Vector. Comes with the figure itself, and it also comes with 8 hands. So 2, 4, 6, and then the 2 hands he's got on. It also comes with a display stand as well. So pretty decently done right there. I really do like quite a bit. Let me just get this out of his hand so I can show off the rest of the body. I really do quite like the body sculpt itself. Now, like I said, this is a different sculpt entirely for this Swarm Trooper. The head sculpt is really impressive. I think this is probably the best sculpted figure in the entire wave, I have to say. It's unique. It looks cool. It looks like a villain. If you wanted to make him into maybe a super villain or a superhero for that matter, you could as well. Even has a nice little chest symbol right there. You could go with that if you wanted to. The world is your oyster. These toys are yours to own. You can do whatever you want with them. So they don't have to just live in this universe. When we were all kids, we had probably not every toy in the world, so we had to, meld our universes together with other ones. You're definitely going to want to heat up the peg holes also on the bottom of the feet to get these pegged into the stand. And I also really like, if you get the deluxe set, you get this kind of yellow translucent display stand that goes with the shield and the wings and the 2 other accessories. The wings just peg right on the back, just like so. It is a nice tight fit. You're going to have to move. This is a separate piece on here, so it does move around. You'll have to line the hole up with the other hole to get this peg in. And like I said, this is using a harder plastic, so if it doesn't initially go in right away, don't force it. Just try to find the groove and then slide it in. You don't want to force anything in, or you could snap something off. When you're taking this out, give it a little wiggle. Try not to pull straight out immediately. He also does come with a dagger right in the back, which most of these figures do. And he comes with a nice little sidearm right there, which the same sidearm as the Steel Brigades. I kind of do wish that the sidearms were a little bit different from Steel Brigades, but, I guess it's not really the biggest deal in the world if you have other things you can give them to. For the most part, the figure, when you tear the figure down, it is quite modular. You can remove the arms. They're a little bit harder to do. I've done it. It's not the biggest deal in the world to do it. I want to say the legs are a little bit more of a pain in the ass, especially if you're trying to get these boots off. You're really going to have to heat this up, and that's where, yet again, I got this blister from. I was heating this up, and it was really malleable and really nice and loosey-goosey for me. And then when I was still pulling it off, it's very tight fitment. So if you're trying to swap boots and stuff like that, just, I don't know, maybe this might be one case where boiling water or really hot water, it doesn't have to be boiling specifically, just hot water might really actually help. You could just leave the figure sitting in there. This way you don't have to hold your heat gun / or your hair dryer over and over and over again, just holding it sitting there so the weapon or the pieces come off. The hands themselves, they're fine. Once you get them nice and loosened up, they're not that bad to move around. When you're trying to depeg these, this is a very tight fit. When you're depegging the hands, that's something to point out, because when you're using hard plastic on hard plastic, I shouldn't say hard plastic. When you're using a harder plastic than like a Hasbro plastic, It still heats up. It's still malleable. I don't feel like I'm going to snap anything. It's just kind of hard. And it gets a little annoying, I'm going to be honest with you, having to constantly have to heat this up to pull the hands out because it is still a tight fit. And when you see the hands, which I'll pull some hands out right now or over here, you'll see that there's two ratchet pin points, or not ratchet pins, but there's two pin points right there. There's a pin point right here, and there's a pin point up there. So there's two pin points where it really grabs. So, I mean, it's nice that we have that security, that it's really in there. It's not going to just fall out. So that's really great. The down note to that is that they're a little bit more difficult to just pull straight out. Brenda, how's it going? Hello. Merry Christmas to you as well. So, with that being said, the legs at the thigh joints you can pop off. You can pop them off at the T joint as well. You can separate the torso right here where it kind of crunches back and forth, right there, right where it meets the waist. You can pop that off, just heat it up. You can also pop the upper torso from the lower torso. So where the diaphragm joint meets the lower torso, you can separate it from there. And the heads obviously can pop off. I can pop that off. And I've already heated up all my figures. But I really think it is pretty impressive, this head sculpt. I think this might be one of my favorite head sculpts of the wave. It is a translucent kind of honeycomb-looking head sculpt. Looks really good on the figure. And overall, I just think the overall aesthetics of this, and I'm really looking forward to the Scarab coming out in Wave 2. That's going to be really fun. But I like the little harness he's got right here. It makes sense. I like the Chris Vector. That looks really good. The sidearm, the knife. I mean, this guy's a trooper, and he's ready to go. I mean, he's got everything that he needs to take someone down. And that's kind of the thing that we're all looking for as far as like a troop builder, something like that. Even if you don't get the deluxe set, he can be a ground trooper. He doesn't have to have the wings to do that. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go crazy and spend a ton of money troop building these guys. I'm probably going to have like 5. I want 5 Steel Brigaders and 5 Swarm Troopers. 2 with wings, 2 and the other 3 without wings. So I want some ground troopers and I want 2 air troopers. So that will be kind of cool. So, but I really like the sculpt of this. Like I said, everything looks really good on him. So there's that. So there's the Swarm Trooper. Like I said, I'm just kind of trying to do a quick overview. And like I said, I was initially going to do a full review on this stuff, but with family stuff going on for Christmas, I'm sure you guys understand. It's been kind of a little hectic, especially today. I want to spend time with my family and do stuff. So I'm going to kind of just give you the best overview I can. And then I'm going to try to give the best review I possibly can with each character getting their spotlight and me breaking each one down. Because I do want to spend time talking about each one of these. There's a lot to say about each one, even just the regular 21. Okay, there we go. So, Carrack. I don't know if I got cut off there, but a lot of people like Carrack. To each their own. He's not necessarily my favorite character. He's not a bad-looking figure at all. He's just not my cup of tea as far as, why does he need a Spartan helmet? I don't know. But and he only has like a shoddy on his back, which I actually took this off the weapons pack. He comes with a straight up just black molded shoddy. So I gave him the painted one just because I thought it made more sense for the character to have like a little bit more paint detail on there. I do like the boots. I quite like these boots quite a bit. I might have to get another Carrack so I can kind of use pieces from the other Carrack on one of my Kitbash figures. I don't really want to call it a custom because it's not a custom, but a Kitbash that I plan on doing. So I might end up using these boots for one of my characters. The face sculpt, it looks good. I like it. It's not. It's not the. It's not the. It looks a little bit overly cartoony. Just a bit. It looks good, but he looks a little cross-eyed. And I'm just being honest here. I have to be objective. There's another character that I was really looking forward to, which we'll get to, which I think he's got the worst head sculpt out of the whole bunch. But this guy, I don't think his head sculpt is terrible by any means. I don't think any head sculpt or face scan or even paint detail is really bad at all by any means. We've seen much worse with Marvel Legends, and I could go on with NECA and all those fun toy lines that do head sculpts. So it looks a little cartoony just to me. I'm just pointing it out. Like I said, I'm trying to stay as objective as possible. I do like the accessories he comes with. I mean, he's supposed to be kind of more of a unique character with a checkered backstory, and we don't know too much about him. I will say this: I do like this holster and the fact that the 45 can fit into it. Some of the smaller weapons can only fit into these holsters, and this holster only comes with, I think, Carrack, and is that the same? It looks a little. No, it's the same. Carrack, Bone Collector, and I think that might be it. Let me double check. Yeah, everybody else comes with that bigger holster, including the troop builders. So I think it would have been nice if we would have got the option to get the other. Can you fucking stand, please, Darth Maul? I think it would have been nice to get this with the troop builder kit. Like I said, the only ones that you get with the troop builder are these larger ones that fit like Deagles and the Stormtrooper / Steel Brigade gun. So that's something to kind of notate to let yourself know. The 45 and some of the smaller pistols will not fit really. They'll fit really loose in those. And I'll just to show you what I mean. Here's the 45. As you can see, here is the Steel Brigade sidearm. And if we try to fit this in there, it's just going to wobble about and fall right out. So that's just something to note. Those sidearms are not meant for that holster. So you might have to outsource yourself another Carrack if you want to do like a custom, or if you're trying to do another character or something like that. This is something to notate for future reference. So you don't get that. But and I don't mean to go off on a tangent about the sidearm, but I quite like this one, and I would have liked to have used this one with one of the Kitbash characters that I'm doing. The other one we saw this with Sergeant Slaughter. It is the knife and sheath. Looks very Rambo-y. Looks very cool. I like it quite a bit. Fits right on the leg. I think it would have been pretty cool if we could have got some sort of maybe we'll get it in the future, a harness for the leg, or maybe just a sculpted boot with a like a sheath into the boot, or in the side, or in the back of the boot, something like that. Probably not on the back of the boot, maybe on the side, so it's out of the way. But that would have been cool. For the most part, I do like the fact that the sheaths are on the back of the vest, so they can just kind of reach behind and pull that straight out. Maybe we'll get some in the future that are pointed straight downward off the vest, or maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. It's all pretty much up to Bobby Valla. We do get a kind of a character logo on the back of his bomber vest here. I think everything as far as the paint detail on him goes is superb. I don't have any issues with that. Just like I said, there's something a little bit off with some of these faces. Bone Collector, I think, has the best face sculpt out of all of the plain kind of face sculpts. And just to kind of show you, if I can get this off his head, there we go. He's got a really good face sculpt. I like this one quite a bit. But yeah, Carrack, like I said, a lot of people like Carrack. I don't know. I think he's a little bare bones for what he is. He just comes with the shorty shoddy, or sawed off, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it's called specifically. He comes with this helmet, which I think is completely unnecessary, but I think he's actually the leader of the Garrison Company. So they kind of are that Mad Max-ish wasteland looking type characters. And I don't have a problem with wasteland looking characters. I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. Kind of like the Dreadnoks. The Dreadnoks, a lot of people like the Dreadnoks. Eh, not really my cup of tea. But that's just me. That's what I think. I don't have a problem with the Dreadnoks. It's not like I don't have them, or nor do I collect them. But I think they're an essential part of GI Joe and such. But it's just not my. I don't go out of my way. I don't go crazy about them. But he just comes with the same black pants and everything, and the same kind of. I don't know. I hate saying wife beater, but the same shirt that. Sarge comes with. The mask just fit over the head very nicely. It looks pretty cool, like that. Almost looking like. I'm not saying it looks just like I can't talk. Just like Doctor Doom. Obviously, the masks are completely different, but give that Doctor Doom vibe, I guess. But I think it's cool that the helmets are removable. And I have to say this about all of the helmets and all the masks. They all fit on the heads perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. The Trooper helmet, this Carrack helmet, and even this skull mask for Bone Collector. They did a really good job with fitment. So there's no fitment issues. I don't have any issues with that. Looks really good. So that is pretty much Carrack, as far as Carrack is concerned. I keep saying the word Carrack. Next up, we'll do Bone Collector, since he's right here. This is not the accessories that he comes with. I made him a little bit more bling-blingy. I guess I was channeling my Destro. Destro through him. I gave him a little bit more bling, a little bit more Iron Grenadiers. But that mask fits perfectly. I really have to commend them for the fitment on some of this stuff, and the way that the figures hold their guns, and how you can have them hold their guns, and the joint manipulation and articulation and range of motion that you can get with these figures is really fun to play around with. And even if you're just like a static poser, like you just want to take the figure, you want to put him on the shelf just like this, and you want him to just stand there, he'll look good doing that too. They're all in scale with your Joes. Are we going to freeze again? Oh, Lord. There we go. I'm back again. My God. I'm sorry for the freezing. This is why I didn't want to do this live. They're all in scale with your Joes. Some are larger than your Joes. Some are shorter than your Joes. There's that to point out. Here's a Marauders Gunrunners weapon. So they're in scale with Marauders Gunrunners weapons. So if you wanted to use these, you can. All of the backpacks, there's two different types of backpacks. There's a kind of a smaller, more compact backpack. And then you have your larger backpack, which I painted these black lines on this backpack because it came in just a straight up green color. Like I said, you can open all of them. You can hide little stuff in there if you want to. If you want to put all their hands in there, and you can do that. So that is an option for you. And they also come with a little side satchel. So if you want to give them like a side satchel, you could do that. It's right there. And they come, and if you get the backpack set, it comes with, I want to say, a whole bunch of stuff. Let me find the backpack set. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 backpacks and 3 of these satchels, side sling, man purse bags, whatever you want to call it. So, pretty cool. Initially, Bone Collector here came with, let me see, what the heck did he come with? He came with, nope, that's the one guy. That's a different guy. Oh, here we go. Bone Collector came with the same rifle and / grenade launcher combo as Steel Brigade. So I wanted to make him look a little bit different and stand apart instead of him just kind of holding the same exact thing as this guy right here. So I gave him the AK, the gold AK. Maybe he's a little bit more of a bougie guy. And, outfitted him with the gold Desert Eagle. Why not give him a gold Eagle? And then I gave him the extra 2 spare banana clips or banana magazines, not clips, not a clip. It's a magazine. Um, right on the well, and then he's got this vest, which is kind of unique to him because he does have a sheath attached to this back. If you have the army builder here, which I'll take this backpack off, we'll see that he is different. This one, the army builder, set comes with just a regular knife on the back, where this comes with the kukri knife. So there's that to point out. The head sculpt, like I said, looks really nice. I mean, I don't have an issue with this head sculpt not one bit. Not a one bit. I don't know. I got my tongue tied there for a second. He can hold it. He can move. He can joint manipulate. So if you do have a colder climate house, I would definitely heat these up after you're starting to articulate them. If you're down south like me, then you won't really have to worry about that too much. So it shouldn't be too much of an issue for yourselves. I love these resting hands. These resting hands right here for the rifles are game changer. I can't tell you how many toy lines have come out that don't have these resting hands, and they need them. Any toy line that is a military toy line should have these extra resting hands right here. It's a huge game changer, I think. And it's just something as simple as an extra set of hands. The fitment on the hand, it looks natural. It looks real. Like the guy is actually holding it properly instead of having to use a pair of gripping hands like Carrack has here to hold the gun. And then you stretch the plastic out, and then you're kind of messing with the longevity of that plastic because the hands are stretching out and constantly not as malleable as you hoped it once was. So something to point out and something to commend Bobby Valla and Valaverse for the Action Force line. 3 different colors: black, tan, and forest green. Dude, I want the Iron Grenadiers and a version of Destro soon. I don't know if we're gonna get that, Greg. This is kind of a different toy line than that, but you could probably you can definitely mix these in with your Joes if you wanted to. Good to know. I haven't heard about the holsters and sidearms. Yep, absolutely. Glad I could help. Looks like something out of COD. I mean, yeah. I mean, these are more realistic weapons, so yeah, I could see that. All right, so that is pretty much Bone Collector. Like I said, I'm going to get more in depth in my full review. Steel Brigade, he's not the last, but he's the second to last, and I'm going to kind of... So, I like the look for Steel Brigade. Now, if... Literally, if Bobby Valla were to only come out with these Steel Brigade figures, I bet you these would sell like crazy. But thankfully, we got some other figures in the line, and I'm pretty happy overall. I mean, there's not really too much to say about this. I'm going to say this. There's a whole bunch to say in the review. Excuse me, I keep repeating myself. But I think everything that he comes with is essential for the character. It looks good. He's a troop builder. He comes with the handwritten file card, which you can do, or you can do you can actually make a file card on the Valaverse website directly if you want to, and have a PDF sent to you. So you can download it if you don't want to ruin the paper card that it comes with. So there's that, and he also does come with a little file card that you can cut out on the back of the packaging. So that's just something to point out. The paint apps on him are fantastic. I love the updated head for him as far as Steel Brigade goes. I like the different paint apps for this. I think all the paint apps on here fit well together. It looks good for Steel Brigade, and yeah, I'm looking forward to some variations in the future. Like I said, it wasn't the biggest deal that I didn't get the commander head. I could always paint one, or maybe we'll get one in the future. Who knows? This toy line is just starting out, so. And I believe Wave 2 is actually going to be up for pre-order within the next week or so. So that'll be pretty cool too. So if you're looking forward to that, just keep your eyes peeled on the Valverse website. So that's pretty much Steel Brigade. I mean, there's not really too much to say. The only thing I would kind of point out I wish their sidearms were different from the Swarm or vice versa. That's just a little pet peeve that I have. But the regular basic figure, he moves, he articulates really nicely, and yeah, I just overall really like the look of this figure. I also like the paint wear going throughout the chest piece and the back piece right here. It looks really good. All the belt buckles are painted nicely. Everything looks really nice on this. So I don't have too many issues with that. I'll set him over to the side there, and then we'll bring in the last guy. Now, this was the character I was looking forward to the most. I want to say Condor was the character when I first saw his design. I was like, oh, okay, I know who that looks like. And it looks like one of my favorite characters. And I don't know if the Classifieds series is going to actually end up doing Airborne. But this is going to be my Airborne. I did pick up 2 of these guys. I think it works perfectly if you want to do that. You pop the helmet off the head, and the color scheme alone looks like Airborne. I mean, you can't deny that. And like I said, I really kind of want to do this. That's why I want to do an edited review, because there's a lot for me to say about this figure and all the figures, and just kind of giving a quick overview. I know I'm 40 minutes in, but I'm shooting this live, so it's a little bit different. But this looks like Airborne to me. And yeah, Franklin Talltree. Come on. I know he's got a British symbol on his chest, but I'm just going to ignore that. This just looks just like him. I do have this upside down. Yes, I know. I'm just trying to get this out of his face, but you can flip that around, and then you can have that over his eyes, just like the other ones. I had this up, and I know technically it doesn't go. That's not how the goggles are supposed to look. They're actually supposed to be flipped the other way, so they're supposed to be like this if they're up on his head. It would be cool if we could get a hinge joint in the future, but it's not the end of the world. So they're supposed to look like that, so when they flip down, they go like that. But for now, for the sake of the review, we're just going to put them up like that. The character himself, Condor, if you've read the comics, is actually really cool. He is the leader of Action Force. No spoilers here. You'll have to read the comics to figure out more about him. But overall, I really like the aesthetic. I like the paint apps for him. I think everything looks really good. Where there's paint detail needed, it's there. The face sculpt could be better. I want to say that it's not the sculpt. I think there's a bit too much of a wash around the mouth area and maybe around here. I don't know. Something's going on with these eyes. I think the eyes are he's squinching too much with the eyes. It looks a little funky. I'm just going to be honest. But then again, people have unique faces all the time. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my God, this is a hideous head sculpt. I don't think it's hideous, but it could be better. It could be a little bit better. So, but overall, I really like the figure. He's going to fit 2 needs. One for the actual character of Condor, which is important to me. And the other one is Mr. Talltree. So that's what it's going to do for now unless Hasbro makes one, which I can't see them doing that. I don't think they're going to dive into those type of characters. I think they're trying to get the core characters done first. Then maybe if there's time, they'll dive into Airborne and Crazy Legs and all those funky other characters that probably not everyone's clamoring for right away. But yeah, I do like the figure overall. It looks really cool. Like I said, I like the aesthetics, but um, yeah, no really complaints here. So like I said, I just wanted to do a quick overview and kind of discuss it. I know initially I said I was going to do the full review tonight. I'm having connectivity issues already. I've been having issues with um, my internet all day. I think it's because most people are staying home. There's a lot of bandwidth being shared throughout the world right now, and I don't know. Maybe it's just Comporium in my area. It just sucks. It's one of the worst service providers you could possibly have besides Spectrum. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think it's just going to be a better result if I just do shoot the review as an edited review. I think you guys will appreciate it a lot better. Everything will look more professional. It'll sound better. It'll be more condensed. I'll make my points, and you guys will be able to enjoy it a lot more. But I think this is a fun little line, and I'm looking forward to Wave Two. Wave Two's like I said, going up for pre-order within the next week or two. I want to say so. Keep your eyes on. Be sure to follow Valaverse on Facebook page, on Instagram also. They'll constantly give updates and stuff like that when stuff's going up. I think Wave 1 and Wave 2, A and B, that's what they're calling it. There's like 2 stages of Wave 2. So Wave 2, A and B are going to go up the same time as Wave 1 as far as in stock uh, items. So don't worry. I think there's plenty of these figures to go around. If you missed out on the Dorkside Toys stuff and you didn't join the Kickstarter, it's not like the old days of like the beginning days of Kickstarter where, you missed out on Marauders. You're going to have to wait like 6 months until the website gets going and all that fun stuff. No, you don't have to wait that long anymore. A lot of things have changed since then. So there's that. I was just using Marauders as an example. I'm not dissing Marauders by any means, but I'm just using it as an example of, the early days of Kickstarter. Everything, the products took a little bit longer to pop up after they were released from the Kickstarter. Is the point I'm trying to make. Sorry. Yeah, I'll do, like I said, I'll do full reviews. I'm going to do one video for all of the rest of Wave 1. I just wanted to get my Sergeant Slaughter review out because I was so excited that the figure came and he was finally here. And just a fun time to be I guess, a 6-inch collector, I still love my 3 3/4 inch stuff. Don't get me wrong. I love it to death. There's just not anything being made besides Marauders right now. G.I. Joe's put that shit on the back burner. They don't care about 3 3/4 inch anymore, which is stupid. But, now you've got this. You've got classifieds and Marvel Legends and a whole plethora of 6-inch figures. That's the thing to go with. 6 and 7-inch figures. That's everybody's cup of tea these days. So, but damn, I really love this Stormtrooper. He looks really good. I love that he's so much different from everybody else. It really does look so good. Like most of these guys, they all look tactical and kind of similar in a way. This guy looks completely different. There's no way you could mix up this guy with the rest. It's a refreshing thing to see that. And I'm looking forward to, like I said, picking up a couple more of these guys. So, but does anybody have any questions in the live stream before I head out here? I know I went in a little bit more in depth than I probably should have with an overview or just a quick shot or whatever you want to call it, showcase, whatever. I don't know. But I just wanted to kind of shoot the shit with you all and give you my initial thoughts after, before actually getting into a full review. FYI, I heard from others that the normal sidearms fit in the holster either way. So you can make it lefty dual gun wielder. So the issue with that is, yes, you can make this a lefty. but you can only use certain guns in the holster. So you can use this pistol, the same one as the Steel Brigade, in this holster and make it a lefty and flip it around going this way. Absolutely. You can totally do that. I understand that completely. But the issue that arises with other pistols, and this is what I kind of pointed out earlier, if you use, and I'll just bust out Carrack's 45 here. If you use this, now you can see the discrepancy in the size of both of these weapons right here. This is much smaller and even thinner than this weapon. So once you try to fit this in there, it just jostles around and jiggles and wiggles and it falls right out. Like there's no way that's staying held in. And if you try to put it in the other way, like this, it just looks terrible. It doesn't look good. It falls right out. So you have to use specific holsters with the smaller pistols, like the 1911 has to go in this type of holster. So there's two different type of holsters here, this one and that one. So it's just something to point out there. You will need this one for that one. And once you have this one, there's no falling out. It's nice and tight. It's secure in there, and it fits nicely. So that is something to point out. And the same thing goes for Mr. Bone Collector over here. He uses the same holster. It can fit the Deagle. Let's see if it can fit the... where'd that other one go? There we go. Let's see if it can fit this one. Let's see. No, it can't fit the Steel Brigade one in there. It will not fit that. So that's just something to note. I thought that was kind of an important thing to note, and I will note that also in the review. So, anybody else have any other questions about anything else? Oh, I totally get that. I was just trying to share the info with Steel Brigade Storm Troop. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Thank you. Whoa, burp. Sorry. Paprikash burp. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate it, buddy. Anybody else have any questions or anything they'd like to see before I head out here? I'm going on for almost an hour now, and I didn't want to go this long. But yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to do a couple videos just kind of messing around. I'll do some more, custom workshops, like I call them. They're not really customs, they're kit bashes. But we're going to do some custom workshops and stuff like that. So, Low 76 Monty, what's going on, buddy? How does the Sarge head look on Carrack? Okay, I can show you that. Sure. Sarge, where'd you go? Where'd you go, Sarge? Oh, here you are. There you are. I will say this. I do wish Sarge's knife would sit in this hand a little bit tighter. There's certain parts where he'll hold it tight, and then there's, oh boy, it's like just flopping around all over the place. So that's something to point out as well. But let me pop this head off, and I'll get that on there. Action Figure Expert, what is up, buddy? Merry Christmas to you, too. All right, so you can swap the heads for Carrack if you want to have your shirtless Sarge. But I will say this. If you just wait a little bit, a shirtless Sarge is coming out in Wave 2. So you don't have to worry about that. And if you go on the Valiverse website, valiverse.com, you can check out all the figures are going to be featured in Wave 2. I don't know if every single one of them is up there. I know the females aren't up there. I think those might be in actually Wave 3. But there's Sarge's head on Carrack's body. You can remove the vest if you want to do a shirtless Sarge. But like I said, shirtless Sarge is coming. So you don't have to worry. You don't even have to do this, really. But I get if you don't want to wait and you don't want to spend the extra money and you already have Carrack and you don't care about the Carrack character, you can go with a shirtless Sarge if you want that kind of traditional look. A lot of people have pointed out, yeah, female is Wave 3, correct. A lot of people have pointed out that Sarge is a little bit shorter than most people like. I get it. He should be maybe an inch taller than everybody else. He should be a little bit taller. I completely understand that. I get it. When you stand Sarge up next to Bone Collector there, Bone Collector looks a little bit more imposing than Sarge does. I don't know. I think it's kind of a nitpicky thing to do. It's like that scale thing that everybody freaks out about, and he's on a stand, so he's gonna be taller than everybody. Let me go get Gung Ho really quick. All right, so Gung Ho and Roadblock are essentially on pretty much almost the same. Okay, I'm back. Don't worry. Stream froze. I turned my Wi-Fi off. It's just hot shit right now. There's a couple of people that said things. Wait. How are neck peg sizes compared to Marvel Legends? I wonder how the charge on the Cowboy. Okay, so Cowboy Logan. Here's Cowboy Logan right here. Okay? Here is your head. Here's your head on drugs. I'm just kidding. There's his head right there. Here are the neck peg sizes for Carrack. They're different. They're definitely different. Different toy lines are not going to be all the same. Now, if you want this head on that body, let's check and see. Most Marvel Legends heads, I feel like, are going to fit on the body. This one's a little loose. So, Marvel Legends range. They really do. And he has no neck now if you put this head on there. So you'll need sticky tack with this one. If you use sticky tack, I think this will work. That head could work if you wanted to use this head with it, the old man Logan head. You could go with that if you wanted to. And I knew someone was going to ask that. That's why I had old man Logan sitting right here. I knew it. I knew someone was going to ask that. But some of the heads you can fit on there and other heads you can't. It just depends on the range of Marvel Legends. Some Marvel Legends heads won't fit on other Marvel Legends bodies. So it depends. This one's pretty close. I think if you use sticky tack, because this peg is a little bit bigger than this one, just use some. Lord. I swear, everything has to go wrong when I'm shooting a fucking review. There we go. So, it's wobbly. It'll fit on there. If you use sticky tack, this won't move anymore. And then you'll be able to sit the head right where you want it, which the head should sit right about there. Actually, a little bit further down. But right about there. So you can see his neck, and you can see where the head is. So, where the head sits naturally. So, sticky tack is your best friend there, okay? But you can do that. It's close. But the pegs also sit very low on these necks, and the heads sit a little bit higher on that peg. So when you finally put that Action Force head on there, it sits a little bit lower. But it looks natural, though. It looks good. So, yes, Gung Ho is taller. So what I was saying was, yes, Gung Ho is taller than Sarge. Technically, this is a different Sergeant Slaughter than the one in the G.I. Joe universe. That's what Bobby Valla said. Technically, this is a different Sarge. Now, you can still use him as your Sarge. It doesn't matter. Well, I don't know if we're going to get a classified Sergeant Slaughter, so I would just go with this one, or just wait for the shirtless one, which, like I said, yet again, is coming out in the next wave. So if you can wait a little bit, I think after the pre-orders are done, they might ship out, because I think the tooling, don't quote me on this. Like I said, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt a little bit, because what I do know, I will tell you. What I don't know is what I will guesstimate. I would guesstimate that Wave 2 will probably come out maybe June, July. I don't know. Like, that's just my guess. I would guess that the pre-orders would shut down after, maybe into February. I don't know, something like that. I'm just basing everything off of Mythic Legions now because they usually run for about a month or so, shut it down, and then you got to wait a year. With these figures specifically, Bobby Vallis said that they're already went into the tooling process, and I think they're in the production process. So they might be releasing a lot faster. So get those pre-orders for the Wave 2 in. I'm really excited for Wave 3 too. Wave 3 looks really cool. So it might end up getting like 2 or 3 waves this coming year in 2022. So that's pretty exciting. And I can't wait for some of the female characters. And I'm looking forward to Tim Kennedy's character and Desert Rat, which is Analog Toys character. It looks pretty cool, man. I think it's pretty nice that we're getting, you know, even real life people. So that's pretty cool. Odyssey 2A is supposed to ship before the Chinese New Year. That's fantastic to hear. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that, buddy. And 2B is after the Chinese New Year. So even better. So that's why they split up wave 2. So one's coming before the Chinese New Year and one's coming after. So no big deal there. They might even get them before January or maybe into February. So as long as they ship out of China before the Chinese New Year, we'll actually get them before the Chinese New Year. So, or even during, maybe. Most Legends classifieds Power Rangers heads will work with Action Force. You might have to use sticky tack. Yep. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate that, bud. Gabriel. What's going on, bud? But I think I'll wrap this up here. Like I said, expect a full review. Because like I said, for the 95th time now, I do want to spend more time discussing each figure, also the character, stuff that should be in a full review. And like I said, I could have done that tonight, but I don't want to spend 2 to 3 hours full live stream, and then half the time the live stream is, having issues or whatever, connectivity issues. This way, if I shoot it, it's shot, I can edit it, dumb it down, trim the fat, whatever you want to call it, and give you guys the proper review that you know. I'm going to start working on that right away, and get that out. My Mezco Conan review is coming. I just have to finish reshooting one segment. That's it, and it's done. That'll probably be up before the before the Action Force full wave review is up. Hey Andy, what's going on? Happy holidays, buddy. It's a shame we don't have a Valverse in Brazil. I don't be surprised to see that soon. Action Force is supposed to, and I asked Bobby Valla this specifically at Joe Fest. I said, are there going to be more international characters? Because we've already got one right here. We've got one in Condor. So he said expect more. He said, yeah, there's going to be more. There's going to be definitely more international characters. Especially, Bobby Valla's big into MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, stuff like that. There's going to be other characters. I guarantee it. And there's no, I don't want to ruin any spoilers, but there's stuff in the comics you guys just have to read. Hey, nice to see other people giving their overview on the figs. Plus, it's Christmas. It is Christmas. It is. So I'll end it here. I don't want to keep droning on because then I'm just going to keep repeating myself about the same old things. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of, I don't know, review. I don't know. I'd like to see that selling here in Brazil too. Yeah, hopefully that'd be pretty cool if Action Force becomes big enough to be nationwide or global. Excuse me, global. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he means availability. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'll stop this here. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your holidays. And Merry Christmas to those of you that celebrate Christmas. And for those of you that don't, Happy Holidays. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm not really sure what this video is. Maybe it's just like I said, just my quick thoughts on the figures. And yeah, you guys have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend as well. I'm going to go watch this football game, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.